So today we have a brand new book, and this book is called Fry Bread. And the author of this book, friends, was written by Kevin Noble Millard. Fry Bread, a Native American family story. Fry bread is food, flour, salt, water, cornmeal, baking powder, perhaps milk, maybe sugar, all mixed in a big bowl. Fry bread is shaped, hands mold the dough, flat like a pancake, round like a ball, or puffy like Nana's softest pillow. Fry bread is sound, the skillet clangs on the stove, the fire blazes from below. Drop the dough in the skillet, the bubbles sizzle and pop. Fry bread is color, golden brown, tan, or yellow. Deep like coffee, sienna, or earth. Light like snow and cream, warm like rays of sun. Fry bread is flavor. See beans or soup, smell tacos, cheese, and vegetables. Delight in honey and jam. Rise to discover what brings us together. Fry bread is time. On weekdays and holidays, supper or dinner, powwows or festivals, moments together with families and friends. Fry bread is art. Sculpture, landscape, portrait, our family craft. Shared from teacher to student, a cycle of heritage and fortune. Fry bread is history, the long walk, the stolen land, strangers in our own world. With unknown food, we made new recipes from what we had. Fry bread is place, Alaska, Kansas, all the way to Maine, down to Delaware, on to Georgia, over to Oklahoma, Colorado, and California, cities and lands we call home. Fry bread is nation. Abenaki, Apache, Arapaho, Ojibwe, Onondaga, Oglala, Sioux, Narragansett, Navajo, Nipmuc, Seminole, Shoshone, Sac, and Fox, hundreds and hundreds of tribes, and I apologize if I mispronounced them. See, they're looking at all of the different ones. They're written on the wall. All of the different tribes. Fry bread is everything. Round, flat, large, small, north, south, east, west, brown, yellow, black, white, familiar and foreign, old and new, we come together. Fry bread is us. We are still here, elder and young, friend and neighbor. We strengthen each other to learn, change, and survive. Fry bread is you. The end. I see back here there is a recipe for fry bread. I'm going to read the author's note because it's very important. It says, the story of fry bread is a story of Native American Indians embracing community and culture in the face of opposition. It is commonly believed that the Navajo, Diné, were the first to make fry bread over 150 years ago. The basic ingredients appear simple: flour, salt, water, and yeast. Yet the history behind this community anchor is anything but. Despite colonial efforts throughout American history to weaken tribal governments, fracture indigenous communities, and forcibly take ancestral lands, Indian culture has proven resilient. In strange, unfamiliar lands, exiled natives strive to retain those old traditions, and they created new ones, especially for food. Survival meant adapting, and those ancestors, isolated from familiar meats, fruits, and vegetables, got by with what they had. Without familiar indigenous crop of corn, historic farming practices and dietary traditions drastically changed. Many tribes trace the origin of modern Indian cooking to this government-caused deprivation. From federal rations of powdered, canned, or other dry government-issued foods, fry bread was born. So friends, this book is telling us about where fry bread comes from, and here it has the different information about it, and it has, if you would like to purchase this book, it has different information about the history and behind fry bread. So friends, I'm reading this book because it is very important, because you will see that we will be celebrating something called Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving is really something that we shouldn't be celebrating, because it is celebrating the murder of Native Americans. And so instead we want to make sure that we are always giving thanks and gratitude to the Native Americans, because this is their land. When you step outside, when you put your foot on the sidewalk, you are stepping on Native land. When you travel to a new place and you step out of the plane, you are stepping on Native land. Every single place you go is Native land, because they were here first, and we have to always share our gratitude and say thank you to them, because they sacrificed so much, and we are living on the land today, and they still continue to sacrifice, and we have to make sure that every day we are keeping in mind that we are on stolen land. So we have to give thanks and give gratitude for them, because they have gone through so much and sacrificed so much for us to be living here on this land. So what I would like to learn from you is, what is a traditional food that your culture makes? What is a traditional food that your culture makes, and what's the history behind it? What is a traditional food that your culture makes, and what is the history behind it? I can't wait to find out. See you next time.